What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to Reign of Kings. The more I play this game, the more I want to play it, which is actually, I think, the hallmark of a successful game. In today's episode, now that we have things processing and moving around, I think our best plan is probably to make ourselves some kind of shelter that we can isolate ourselves inside of, and I wanted to find iron as well. I know what iron looks like. It looks like those stones right there, those big black stones that we got our normal stone from, but it's more cylindrical, and it points up towards the sky in the most willy-like fashion possible, and so when you whack on those for a little while, it gives you iron. I also put some food in here because I think we were getting a little bit hungry. We caught a bunny in the previous episode. We also killed ourselves a deer with some javelins, which I think was pretty awesome. We're probably going to want to get a little bit more wood in this episode as well, so let's add a little bit of a hashtag giggity on top of that. But I think, yeah, let's go get some wood, and we're going to focus on making ourselves our first shelter. How about that? My first shelter with splatter. And if we see bunnies along the way, we're going to beat them to death with the severed limb of a deer because obviously that has to get done. There's no way we can walk away from this without doing it. Come here, bunny. No. Give me your meat. No. We splatted the bunny. That was it. I mean, I am the splatter cat, obviously, but I don't know. I feel a little bit guilty. I like the fly sound that it has whenever you hold that meat out as a weapon. Let's chop this down right here. I don't know where I'm going to put our house right now. It should probably be someplace isolated to keep people from messing with us, but we do have a pretty good head start on everybody else in the game right now, seeing as, you know, between us and Nick Gaming, these are the only... That was seriously the first player I have ever seen log into any server. So I guess they did give somebody else a key. I was too hasty in saying that maybe mine was exclusive. I guess maybe nobody else is excited about the game as I am. I jumped onto it like I got up early this morning just to play it because I played it for like an hour last night. And I was like, oh my god, this is actually like kind of fun. I was like, well, it looks like I'm working through the weekend. Hooray! But that's okay. That's okay. When your job is like playing video games, it's not actually that bad as you might expect. Let's go ahead and chop. This is a big tree right here. It's going to take us a little while to plane this bastard out. Yeah. Oh, never mind. The entire top end exploded. I didn't expect that to happen. Woodsplosions! Only the best here at the Nerd Castle. When was the last time you experienced woodsplosion? Exactly. Splattercat, bringing you the finest quality woodsplosions that you've ever seen. Maybe. Kind of. Possibly. If you don't like our woodsplosions, I suppose you might be able to get them elsewhere. I don't know. I don't require exclusivity in your procurement of woodsplosions from me. You can go wherever you want. Obviously, if you find a better supplier, go for it. Don't let me stop you. A little bit more wood out of here because I don't know how much it's going to take us in order to make the wood blocks, but I'd like to make a house before the end of this episode, something that we can just like hide inside of throughout the night, maybe like hang up some... Oh, no, don't do that. Okay, I don't want to be crushed by a giant log right now. I prefer for there to be no lumberjacking incident. That would actually be a literal lumberjacking. Like, we would get jacked by lumber, and then we would just be laying on the ground, bleeding out of our crown, just like what happened to ourselves right now. We used to be so successful, so covered in wooden string, and now we lie broken, beaten on the ground. Well, our tools are working really, really well. Now that we've got the wood, let's have a look around and see if we can't find that iron. I don't remember exactly where I saw it. I think I saw the iron this way, though, when I saw it. I'm trying to look at the castle, because in relation to the castle, it might have been in the forest on the opposite side of this big field right here. So let's go have a look at that. If our hunger gets a little bit low, I wonder if our meat will burn if we leave it in the furnace too long. Let's go back and get our meat real fast, and once we've got that in our hands, we'll go ahead and eat it shortly thereafter, and that should make sure that our hunger meter is nice and filled up for the foreseeable future. So yeah, a little bit of walk, a little bit of walk, a little bit of talk. Welcome to the LP system. Walking and talking. If you're a survival LP gamer, you've really got to sort of just get that locked down with the walking and talking thing. It's not done yet? Why is it not done? Are you actually cooking right now, meat? Is it because the output is full? What hath caused us pain? Oh. Well, never mind then. I should probably come up with a solution right now. Let's just put in the 1. And while we wait for that, let's grab a bit more stone because I'm actually more inclined... I think we're probably going to need supplementary wood in order to get our house built, but I think we're probably going to need a lot of stone too. So let's grab that right there. Good, good, good. And now, I wonder if I can equip a torch in my offhand. Maybe that's why it's not working the way that I want it to. I'll try that in just a second. You see that little hand symbol up in the top left-hand corner? I'm going to see if I can throw a torch in there so we can illuminate while we work. Maybe that'll make our lives easier. Or maybe that's only like a shield slot or something. Either way, we're going to need some kind of object if we're going to fight with some of the NPCs in the future. There is a town off that way. It's filled with like zombie NPC things. When you kill them, they drop amazing loot like plate mail and like claymores and stuff like that. But they do hit really, really hard. So going into town and fighting with them may not be the wisest idea. They also have like 100 HP, so it takes you a while to kill him with the basic weaponry. I don't even know if it's worth it to continue whittling away at this busted-ass stone. I'm going to go after this one right here. Yeah, there we go. Stone, 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 stone. Gonna hit you with a club made of bone. Well, not really. It's not a bone made of... I mean, this one right here. Definitely. Absolutely. Why did he cross over to swing from the other direction? Oh, there's an actual fly that follows us around. You see him right there? Maybe that's why we hear that fly all the time. I don't know. To be a fly on the wall in the medieval world. Let's just get this thing bashed in. Then we'll go back to our campfire. And we'll start thinking about places we want to put down our roots. I don't think it really matters right now. We're probably going to get beat the hell up before the game comes out or after the game comes out. I may try and wander out that way to one of those hills or... I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I want to go with this. If we could put a door lock on our house, that would be the best part. I would prefer to avoid visitors coming in and stealing all of our loots. I don't know if this game's going to function like Rust, where it's just people roaming around with C4, ruining everything all day, every day, or if you're actually going to be able to leave your house as a defensible space. They might be relying on players to go through and like have other players defend their house. Will that one work right there? There we go. So let's get that going. I'm going to eat this meat real fast so that we can build on a full stomach. And then I'll try out my idea with the torch in just a second. Delicious, delicious meat. So that should carry us. I like how we don't need a ton of food to get by either. It's nice that like 4 steaks should be enough for your average human being to get through the day. One would think anyways. It doesn't look like that works. We never made the shoes either. Maybe I should make some shoes so that I'm not walking around all barefoot getting massive, nasty calluses. We've got wooden armor right there. Let's throw that on just in case. You never know when things are going to get real, and we might need the advantage of having wooden sandals before we go into combat. There it is. And so is there anywhere where I can actually look at my stats? Where are those listed at? Let's have a look here. Well, we've got the full set suffers a 2% speed reduction. That's not that bad, though. I didn't really need that speed supply anyways. I should probably be quitting, so the 2% reduction, I think, will benefit us in the end. What this is right here is if you look at that little mini bar right there, the thin bar is how long it's taking one unit to be processed. The thick bar is how long it's going to take the entire stack to finish up. Just in case you noticed that when we put that in there, I figured I'd explain it. It seems fairly obvious, but... maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Let's see if we can make some of this wood and stone into something useful here. What can we do with it? So we can make tier 3 objects, which is going to be a log block. That seems pretty awesome. So can we make log doors as well? Gates. We can make a wooden gate. Provides protection against intruders. What about furniture? So that's going to be a fluffy bed. You get feathers from killing chickens and stuff like that. So we can make ourselves a stiff bed. But, oh, it's got a respawn cooldown. That's pretty cool. So that actually stops the problem of having your bed up in your base like it was in Rust, where if you died, you could just respawn at your bed over and over again, and you'd have stashes all over your house of guns so that you could fight people that are attacking your base and die over and over and over again. Gallows, used for player executions. You can use a pillory to restrain a player. Oh, yeah, this game is sort of like, what was the name of that game where there was, like, dinosaurs and stuff? Like a Stomping Land. You can actually, like, restrain and, like, drag other people around and imprison them. In case you were wondering, you can be a total dick in this game if you really want to. We need 80 flax to make ourselves a well, which will supply us with water. That's probably all well and good, considering keeping ourselves hydrated is important. But let's focus on the blocks for right now. Let's focus on... I wanted to find a door, though, in here. There's a window, so that's going to be wood shutters. I don't know what to do about this, right? What is the tier 2? Is that just clay? Okay. All right. We can also make antidote and appearance. We can actually permanently change our appearance if we use that right there, but it requires heart, blood, and flowers. So I think a heart is from killing a player. We need wool to get that done, which comes from sheep, obviously. They're around somewhere. Let's also make ourselves a weapon while we're here. What weapons can we make? We've got the ability to make a wooden mace. There's also a splintered club. We can make a bone-spiked club. What does that require? 10 bones and 36 fangs. We can make a bone dagger, which is looking pretty G'd out. I'd probably make the bone dagger because I'd be willing to bet it probably stabs really, really quickly, and it doesn't require that many materials. Basically, it'll just be a holdout weapon in case somebody decides to come and attack us over the course of the playthrough. Just something we can shove into our boot in case things go south really, really quickly. We can make throwing stones, too, just in case you want to throw stones at people. I don't know if throwing stones is more efficient. Let's try it, if it's better than javelins or not, but we'll make, like, how many do you get? So you get 1 for each stone that you craft? Okay. Well, we can give it a go. I don't know if it throws faster than the javelins or if the projectile speed will be better, but let's make 20 throwing stones too because I want to play around with as many awesome things as I can while we play the game. Did that use up like all of my stone? Oh no, it actually draws it into the output automatically once you tell it to click. That's cool, I think. How did that stone get in there, though? Okay, so now we've got throwing stones. Let's try those out. Can I pick them back up? I know you can't pick up the javelins because I tried. Okay, so I don't think we can pick those back up either. I think they're actually like stuck outside our inventory once we start throwing them. But it looks like they do spam a little bit faster than the javelins, which I think will benefit us. So maybe we'll go with that the next time that we hunt deer. Let me make a couple more of these because I think they are going to be a lot better. The javelins seem to have like a delay on them. So we'll make 10 more stones, and then we'll have like 24 of them. The 3 damage reduction isn't that much, all things considered. And so when we're dealing with deer that don't run away anyways, it comes down to how fast can you spam the key in order to kill them, and that seems fine to me. The other thing I wanted to do is let's make some building materials here, because that was the point of the episode with the tier 3 building materials. Let's go through and make some log blocks. Oh wow, that costs a lot. That's going to be expensive. What does that do right there, the wooden blocks? Which is better? They're all tier 3, so this one costs less. So I'm going to go through and maybe think about, I don't know how many of these it's going to require from us. Can I click and hold that? No. Can I right click it? No. Well, let's just go through and get her done for right now. Can I leave that right there? Is that going to do its thing without my presence? Or it does. It does its thing without my presence. Good, because I'm going to go murder this bunny real fast. Bunny! Where are you at, bunny? I saw you over here, and I'm feeling kind of hungry right now. Not really. I'm not hungry at all. I just kind of want to engage in more bunny murder. So, birder, as it were. Which, actually, there's a lot of confusion in between that and also murdering birds, which, additionally, is denoted as birder. So, not also to be confused with the DBZ character, who is from the Frieza saga as part of the Ginyu Force. So there it is. Lots and lots of references to be made. Yuck, yuck, yuck. We've gotten that all done and taken care of. Gonna grab some flax while I wait for things to get built. And then we'll probably pick up all of our... Yeah, I'll probably pick up all of our crafting benches. And we'll try and find a better location where we can set up like maybe a retaining wall first. After we set up the retaining wall, we'll go out of our way to see if possibly we can set up a little house inside of that, like our own inner sanctum. And I'll probably actually work on things off camera too, just in order to keep like the spam crafting to a minimum. But for right now, having a good time playing the game, so I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. We got that taken care of. That's all taken care of. We got javelins. We got throwing stones. We got blocks. Okay, I'm going to pick this up real fast. Is all of this done by chance? Almost done. So there's 1.6 minutes left. You know what? We don't need to cook it right now. Let's just take it. Can we no longer take it out of the... Ooh, it might be locked in. It might be too late. It might already be over. Okay, so we'll leave that right there for right now. Maybe upgrade it. Does it cook faster if I upgrade it? I have stones, so I think... Oh, good. That actually... How much did that use? I think 80 or something like that is what it said for stones. All right, well, I'm all good with that prospect. Let that thing upgrade then. And then we will run around. Let's grab some flowers. Essentially anything that's around here. You can get sticks from these bushes right here. Anything that's within reach. I just don't want to waste the time while we wait for that to craft. I think we could probably use some more stone and some more wood as well. So... Since we can hear, I like how the sound gets further and further away as you play the game. Really pleased so far with this title. I'm sure it's just going to turn into like a deathmatch server thing anyways, but at least there's the systems in place right now to make a tribe in this game and make like your own little group of people that you can work together with and survive with. In fact, I may think about bringing a few other YouTubers in so that we can work on stuff in between episodes and we can all have our own series running. They did send me multiple keys, so maybe I'll send one over to like one of the other channels that I know that does survival games so that we can have like a crew so that we don't have to worry about getting ganked and taken out once we get further into the series. Once people get bored of my personality, they can jump in with 2 or 3 of us and we'll have a good time. Come on, stone. I think our crafting is done back and over there. What I'm willing to bet people will do is probably try and wall off the castle because I bet there's going to be super awesome stuff in there that you kind of want to have. Oh my god, it's so dark right now. Where did our fire go? Does it still exist? My god, it's not throwing light like I would hope it would, but... Oh, maybe it stopped cooking. Oh, okay, so I was going to say, oh God, or oh Jesus, whatever. I ran out of interjections, though. So let's get back to it. It gets really, really dark in this game right before dawn and right before actual nighttime. There's like these weird darkness periods. Let's see if we can find our way back to the road here. We'll see it once daytime comes back. It's not that big of a deal, but at the same time... I'd rather not. There it is. It's off and over on this side. Ooh, it looks fancier now. Looks all fancy schmancy with its fancy pantsies. If you're going to be fancy, you have to have super awesome Dandypants. It's required. We've got... Okay, so it stopped cooking for some reason. Why didst thou stop cooking? Oh, is my inventory full? That might also be the problem, is that we're carrying around too many shenanigans. Well, I don't really want to leave this behind. Can I combine the stacks right there? Ah, that's what it was. We ran out of inventory space. So since we don't really... what do I want to bring along with me right now? We've got to make decisions. We've got to make tough decisions. And I don't want to leave weapons behind that people could butcher me with. We could probably drop those off right there. Take those in. I think that might hold us. And then once we have those, we're not wounded or anything, so if you're worried about him flinching right there, it's because he's swapping out torches. They burn up really, really fast. The leather hide, we'll probably need that for armor or something later on, so I'd like to keep that. We can get more wood, actually, so let's just drop that on the ground. And what I'm going to do now is we'll pick you up and bring you along with us. I think it's supposed to be raining right now, but I don't see any rain effects, so maybe they haven't designed it yet. Let me put that away since we no longer need it. I shall wield my meat club of valor. I've decided that it's a very valorous weapon. If I'm going to be running around carrying a meat club, I figure I might as well add some kind of... Since I'm the only person in the world anyways, I might as well add a positive connotation to the whole process here. Let's find a place to build our base. And once we have a place to build our base and rest our face, I think that we'll have the things in place in order to vanish without a trace and then beat people with a mace. And you see where this is all going. We just keep using words that have ace on the end. So there it is. That's all that it's... Wow, that got really sort of like loud all of a sudden. That sort of like deafened me. Sky, you so scary right now. Why you gotta rain on my wooden-clad head? Why you gotta rain on my wooden-clad head? I don't know where we should set this thing up, but I think it should be... far, far away from the locations that people are going to be actively seeking, like the village and the castle. We should be somewhere out here where we're slightly protected and we don't have to worry about being murdered. Additionally, we kind of want to be close to like resources and things like that that we can utilize and take control of. This was the forest that I think that I saw iron in, but I may not have. I may not know what I'm talking about right now. It seems possible. Can I mine off this wall? No, I can't. So that stone wall can't be mined. I just figured that since I have like a new crafting resource, let's put the torch back in. I can't see worth ass right now. And so, oh, we got some berries over here. I think we're full up though. That deer right there, that's like a, God, I can't even count. That's like maybe a 14 pointer. That's a pretty good deer right there if you're trying to get a deer. Let me hit you, stat. Oh, I hit him right in the face. He's bleeding everywhere. That's what you get. Yeah, I like this way better. The stones are easier to aim. I find these to be much more pleasurable. I don't know what we're going to do with this resource once we kill him and waste all of our stones smacking him in the face, but I figure we'll do something. Can we make a new backpack anywhere? Is that like a thing that I can make, or what is this? A rope used for capturing. A medium banner, a sharp rock. Can be used to escape rope bonds if accessible. In orifice. What's an in orifice? Can we put it in our ass then? We can keister a rock? Oh, that seems really, really unpleasant. That is kind of funny, though. In one way, I think that's hilarious, and I like it. On the other hand, though, it seems like a bit much, maybe. I don't want to hit the stag anymore. I just want to harvest off of him. The stag gave us flax, huh? That seems a little weird. I'll take the leather hides for sure. Hell yeah. We destroyed a deer leg club. What we need is a bone out of this thing, though. How come we're getting flax out of a deer? Is the flax... Wow, we made a big blood pool right here. That is a pool that is fit for the swimming. We probably don't want to be near the beach either, because that's where all the newbies spawn. So, from now on, I'm going to call them... Well, never mind. We're not going to start that right now. We're not going to start that right now. We're not going to start the whole knob-snobbing thing. Let's just keep running. Let's keep running. I figure we'll find... at least a little place that we could call our own. Hopefully near iron is my hope. That right there, chicken. So if you've never seen a chicken before, that's what one looks like, and that's what we're going to need in order to craft ourselves arrows and do fletching and some of that other fun stuff. And a ranged weapon will probably be very, very beneficial should we choose to acquire it. Let's see. A lot of people are just going to follow. We need to fill up our hydration, actually. I should probably... Let me drop just about anything right now. In all fairness, we don't really need the driftwood club anymore. And once I drop that... Yeah, there it is. I'm going to start collecting berries along the way. The reason being is that we're very, very thirsty right now. And so we need to fill up our hydration slightly. It's not that big of a threat. Like, dying of thirst is more than likely not going to happen in this game unless you really, really don't pay attention. Or unless there's a lot of people on the server taking all the respawns. But for right now... This little inroad right here. I enjoy exploring too, so you'll forgive me, but I think we're just going to wander around for a little while. That right there is a clay node, in case you're wondering what it is. That's where you get clay from, in case you want to do like pottery and stuff like that. It's very, very easy to harvest from. I'm going to focus on flax though for a sec. Ah, more berries. Good, I want those right there. Fantastic. That should allow me to get my hydration totally full up. I'm also going to eat some of this meat while we're here so that we can have our pudding, because you can't eat your meat without your, well, you can't have your pudding without your meat, as the song says. So there it is. I'll grab that right there. Can I, oh good, I'm accomplished at rock climbing. I was worried about that. So since we're good at rock climbing, I might use this as our base area, since it's recognizable at the bare minimum. It could be used as some kind of landmark to navigate by that's familiar to us and us. Oh, there's a lake out here. Ooh. Well then. Oh, there's a bear. Holy shit. No bears. No bears. I simply couldn't bear it. I'm bare-chested right now, and I couldn't bear being eaten. So I'm going to bear this way. I'm going to check my bearing, go off this way. I think that's iron right there. That looks like iron. So I guess iron is in this little swampy area. I think I've seen this before. We're going to try and get ourselves some iron. Let me eat the rest of these berries so that we have an inventory slot for it. Maybe we'll set up our base over here on this little island, possibly. It's a little bit... I'd like our base to be a little bit more clandestine, in all honesty. I like that we can still see the castle, though, for navigational purposes. Swimming in this game, very, very... It's generous. You can stay underwater for a crazy amount of time. Like, oh, it's an oil vein? Oh. I guess we've got oil now, which actually sort of leads into the fact that we might be able to pour, like, boiling pitch on people when they're attacking our castles or something. That's kind of like a sweet addition. I mean, for me, not the guy getting the boiling pitch thrown onto him. But, you know, if you don't like my pitch, feel free to go somewhere else. I'm just pitching the idea to you that maybe you shouldn't be attacking my castle. That's all. I throw the pitch out there. It's your choice whether or not you want to swing, I guess is what I'm getting at. So now that we know where oil is, and that actually makes sense. Oil does come from, like, ancient swampy areas. That's what happens, is essentially you end up with areas that are anoxic, which means that there's no oxygen down there, so things can't decay properly, and so they sit at the bottom of like a marsh. And so a marsh with very, very little oxygen inside of the water, like at the lower levels there'd be very little oxygen, so things can't rot properly, and that's how you get coal out and oil. It just sits at that layer and eventually gets compressed and blah 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 blah. That's the process, by and large. I mean, there's some, it's a lot more complicated than that, but you need a lack of oxygen, you need it to be submerged in water over a long period of time, and then eventually you need pressure to sort of like crush down on it and handle its business. I like this area. It might be worth building something in here. I'm always super paranoid though. Wait, are there multiple? Hold on, I just got disoriented. No, there's not multiple castles. I just got disoriented because I'm a giant knob like that. It is okay though, because I am an orc boy. Da boys! You know how it goes. Oh, you lot! You know, you gotta get your orc boy on every now and again. You gotta get your knob on. I don't know where the iron was. I spotted iron around here somewhere. I can tell you that much for certain. However, I can't seem to locate it now, so that may be something that I want to do off camera. It's not pertinent. All we need to do is work on making a bow and making some arrows and stuff right now. We've got armor. We need to go back in and fight with some of the enemies. This spot looks good, actually. That looks nice and flat. It might work. It might work. Although I'd like to have some kind of navigational tool before I do this. Did we just go all the way around the outside of the lake? I think that we did. Unless there's two castles. Unless there's two castles. Like, there might be one off to the left and we just got outside the draw distance. Because I think we came from that way. So if there's two castles... Interesting. You can collect the cattails, by the way. You can get sticks from them. They don't actually give you cattails. They give you sticks. But, you know, in case you were wondering whether or not you could harvest them. What the hell was that? I heard the sound of a large snake-like creature. Maybe it was just me splashing around, though, getting my splish splash on. I am a fan of puddles. To this day, even as a grown-ass man, I can't resist a good stomp in a puddle when it's raining, so watch out if you're standing alongside me. I may puddle splash you. I may get my drippings upon you. It might happen. It may occur. Anyways, I'm going to have a look around for a more suitable spot to build our base. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcast for the next episode of Reign of Kings. I look forward to seeing you in future episodes. Take care out there, everybody, and as always, hi do from me to you.